What's up, everybody? So today I'm going to talk about the letter that we ended up receiving, how everything played out with the villages, the lawyers, all that kind of stuff. And before I get into that, I just want to throw a big thank you out to everybody that watched all those videos, commented, signed the petition, and quite a few of you said that you actually sent letters to the developer or the company, the holding company, just to show support for not just myself, but all the drone pilots. And I think that's very important. And I think that's what helped us get to the point where we're at now. And so the initial obvious letters caught us all off guard. I had been posting for like 2 months. I've talked about this in the other videos. You can go check those out if you want to. I'm not going to go too far in depth with that, other than we were told to stop doing drone videos. So I did stop for about 3 weeks. I responded and went through those other videos, and then I think it was maybe 2 weeks ago, or it might have been last week, at the beginning of the week, I got an email from the attorney for the developer, and it said, "Dear Mr. Snyder," which is me, my name is not Papa Pineapples, "thank you for your patience. My client informs me they have discussed this matter internally and intend to reach out to you directly in connection with your response." And so I kind of figured, all right, well, we're getting somewhere. Hopefully we'll get to sit down and talk about what they were worried about, or whatever, find a resolution. And 1 day later, I got another letter or an email from, says the Villages, so I'm going to say the Villages. "Dear Mr. Snyder, as a follow-up to our initial correspondence on problematic drone activity over the Villages, we would just like to clarify 3 points. We appreciate our community partners, and we understand the public's desire for information and regular updates on our rapidly growing hometown. It is truly an exciting time to witness all the unique additions to the Villages. We think it is reasonable to expect a relationship based on mutual respect and general adherence to the golden rule when it comes to drone activities over our property. This would include following all relevant rules and regulations governing the operation of drones," and then they do sections 934.50 and 810.09 of the Florida statutes and FAA regulations. "We appreciate Don Wiley's letter providing guidance to the drone community, particularly regarding our active construction areas. We agree that the dangerous actions he listed as examples could distract and endanger those members of our team working diligently to bring these new areas to life. It is not our desire to pursue legal action at this time or otherwise distract from the goal we all share, keeping the Villages the dynamic, friendly community it has always strived to be. We simply ask that drone operators follow the rules that are in place to protect our property, our product, and the hard-working men and women on the ground. Thank you for helping us move forward the Villages." There's a couple things that I take away from this. I'm assuming, especially after talking to some of you out at driveway parties, that somebody was doing something they weren't supposed to do. I didn't get any specifics when I asked for specifics, so I'm not sure. And I'm talking from the developer. When I responded, I asked for specific things that we might or might not be doing wrong, and there wasn't a response to that. And the other thing is, I'm not sure what Don Wiley's letter providing guidance to the drone community was. I asked Don what the letter was, but he didn't reply. So I'm not sure what the letter was. Maybe he sent that to some of the other guys. I'm not positive on that, and I'm confused about that specifically. I think there was a letter that was on Villages News or something like that they sent out. But honestly, I very rarely read or watch any videos. I just don't have time. And if you have ever paid attention to the stuff I put on the channel, I have the food trailer, I'm a teacher, I do this, well, not this so much, but a lot of drone stuff in the villages. Obviously, I have 3 kids. I'm a cross-country coach. I train for triathlon. I don't have time to spend on things that don't matter personally to me. So, long story short, I don't consume a whole lot of content on the villages unless I'm looking something up specific, or it's even on YouTube. I just don't have time. So unless I'm trying to learn something or whatnot, I'm just not on there. So I'm not, and maybe I should spend some more time researching and staying up to date on certain things. I also wanted to talk about real quickly the script from the other day. No, the Villages is not writing scripts for me. If I write a script, it's either I write it with key points that I want to cover, or I type into AI the prompt that I wanted to do. And the prompts that I use always have to deal with my audience, which I get out of YouTube analytics. So who the audience is, what their general likes are, and I'll put that into a script, and AI will write something. And that was the Middleton video. Whether you liked it or didn't like it, that's where it came from. Yeah, and I mean, I kind of skimmed over it, and it hit all the highlights that I wanted to highlight, and it talked about all the things that are happening in Middleton, and so I thought it was a good script. And sometimes I put it into AI and it comes out and it looks terrible and I don't use it, and sometimes it looks good and I use it. I have used AI in scripts in the past and read them. For whatever reason, everybody thought that I was like, this stuff in the villages are writing scripts for me. That's not happening. That's not happening. I wish it would. I wish the villages would reach out to me and offer to pay me. I'd probably actually make some money off of this type of stuff instead of just, you know, a hobby or doing it for fun. So yeah, anyways, that's where we stand. I think that overall from the letter, I think it's a positive thing, and I don't think it would have happened without you. Like I said earlier, thank you again. I truly appreciate everyone having not only my back, but everybody's back. I think that's important. And, you know, I'm going to keep flying, and I'll see you in the next one.